So it appears that the internet censorship campaign just showed its hand. They just exposed themselves, their true objective to all of us. I'm talking important. The EU is now banning private messaging in Europe. That's right, boys. Their true objective this entire time, of course it was to censor the freedom of speech and ideas. They want to censor ideas that they don't like. They want to suppress them. They want to bot the views that they do like to, seem more popular. And that is the issue. They want to scan all of your messages before they are sent on messaging apps, which is insane. So before you send them, they will scan them and to read exactly what is in them to figure out if you are saying something that you shouldn't. And if you stick around to the end of this, you'll see more of what they're doing and exactly why they're doing it. So let's get into it. This is a major attack on privacy. Yes, it is. It absolutely is. For them to be scanning your messages before they're sent to see if you're talking about something that you shouldn't. Well, yeah, that is absolutely an invasion of privacy. I know that many European politicians read my posts, share this to let them know that you disapprove. That's the issue. They don't care if you disapprove. I mean, we have a petition with almost 500,000 signatures, and they couldn't even give us a debate in Parliament. That's how much they don't care if you disapprove. Yeah, look at this. Migrants are the issue. It's the politicians. If you don't like it, leave. Find somewhere you want to live. Wow, are you kidding me? Nobody said a damn thing about migrants. First of all, also leaving. It doesn't. You can't leave this. You can't. They want to attack the entire internet. You can't leave this, bud. There's no leaving this to go to a different area that doesn't have it. This is coming to everywhere. EU revised plan to ban private messaging. They want to literally surveillance everything that you say and do. 16 new co-sponsors have joined for support of Kids Online Safety Act to be passed within the United States. Just more proof that there is no avoiding this, that you actually need to fight it. That's the issue. They want to suppress you fighting it. They want to bot people that are literally saying things that are directly for this, and then they want to try to suppress your views that are against it because they know that it's going to go everywhere, and they don't want you to be fighting this. And we're fighting this over here to the best of our ability. So if you want to stay updated on this, make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you like the video too, because YouTube will not count this as a view if you do not like it. COSA is a similar bill to the UK Online Safety Act. Yes, the Kids Online Safety Act that came into effect 2 weeks ago. It has both left and right politicians wanting it to pass. That's because this is not a left or right issue, boys. This is an all sides of the table issue, boys. You know why? Because the number one enemy of governments is its own citizenship. There's nothing that a government since the dawn of time has feared more than its own citizens and their ideas, because they know that they want to control you, and if they want to control you, they're afraid of you. That's the issue. They list all countries trying to force ID, age registration, or monitoring systems in the last 2 weeks. USA, Canada, UK, EU, Ireland, and Australia. Basically, most of the Western world is doing this. There's also a lot of censorship going on in Japan right now, but at least we have a Japanese politician willing to speak up and fight against this. It seems in the UK, I'll get into it later, but let's just say somebody spoke up against this in the UK Parliament, and I'll show you what they said about them. The petition called for repeal of the UK's Online Safety Act continues to grow, reaching nearly 500,000 signatures. While it is worrying those of us connected via the internet, it is also outraging the people of the UK. Yes, it is, because it was Parliament will consider this for a debate, and there was no debate. It was instantaneously shot down. They said, nope, we hear your petition, we hear that all of you signed it, and guess what? We're still going to do it. That was their exact response. What's happening in the UK right now, a petition to repeal the Online Safety Act, which threatens freedom of expression and personal information protection. An official petition conducted by the UK Parliament. The Parliament must consider it for a debate with over 100,000 signatures, gathered about 500,000 signatures in less than 2 weeks. Yet the government has explicitly stated, we have no intention of repealing it. Now, a petition for an immediate general election was launched yesterday and is quickly approaching 100,000 signatures, boys. That's right there. There's a new petition for a literal general election because they literally refused to hear us. That is the issue. They refused what the people said, and now there is a petition for a new election. Okay, so let's keep it moving. Interesting. This Redditor made a post mentioning that YouTube is starting to restrict VPNs because in the UK they are preventing you from watching videos without trackers on. That is insane. YouTube is now suppressing VPNs. VPNs are now illegal, by the way. Oh my goodness. And hours later, this post gets taken down by YouTube subreddit mods. It also seems to be happening not just in the UK. That's crazy that YouTube is hiding from it so much that they literally suppressed a subreddit, boys. They suppressed a subreddit talking about the fact that YouTube is banning VPNs. This is a major attack on the freedom of speech and expression and anonymity on the internet. If you don't know why they want to get rid of anonymity on the internet, I'll tell you right now, it's to suppress ideas that they don't like. That is the number one reason. That's all they want. They fear us more than they do anything else. YouTube is starting to block VPN usage according to users on Reddit. This could be because of the UK Online Safety Act or YouTube getting ready for the Real ID change on August 13th. It absolutely is the August 13th Real ID change. This is the issue with YouTube doing this. YouTube already has YouTube Kids, okay? They already have YouTube Kids, and their adult content section is already so heavily freaking suppressed that I cannot see the issue with needing to ID verify, okay? This isn't some NSFW content. This isn't, you know what I mean? There are those weird areas of YouTube, but they are already heavily suppressed, and people that are posting things like that have to jump through major hoops just to get something up, and all YouTube needs to do is actually update their freaking TOS, and they can ban them off the face of the earth. This is not the way, okay? This is absolutely not the way. Some users on YouTube subreddit report that their VPNs are being detected and blocked by the platform. This is hours before YouTube moderators literally got it taken down on subreddit. Ofcom, just to show you how ridiculous this all is, Ofcom wants to ban SpongeBob clips. That's right, boys. They want to ban clips of SpongeBob because SpongeBob is not for minors. It was literally a kid show whenever I was growing up. That's how insane this is, that they want to ban clips of a kid show from whenever I was growing up. That's how heavily they want to go into this Puritan era. And whenever you speak up against this, guess what they do? Whenever you speak up against this in the UK, guess exactly what they do. Yeah, that's right, boys. They call you a pedo, okay? They literally call you a pedo for literally speaking up against the Online Safety Act. In 2020, UK government meeting, tech policy expert Heather Burns was allegedly called a pedo after raising concerns about the Online Safety Act, effective July 25th, 2025. The law mandates age verification for websites impacting over 60,000 global companies. Burns criticized its broad scope, warning it restricts access to information, including Wikipedia's content on self-harm and eating disorders, which faces legal challenges. That's right, boys. It literally suppresses information for things that could even help you. That's the issue. What if a child needs help with something and they're searching something? I don't know about y'all, but I had a very rough childhood. And when I did not know the answer for the bad things that were happening to me, I did not know why they were happening, what I should do about it, I searched it online. That is going to lock a lot of people out that need that help, that need to know, hey, should I go to talk to somebody about this? Do I need to go speak to an adult about this? They search it first. And this is going to block them from even being able to receive that information because the UK does not care about kids. They don't care about anything other than suppressing the freedom of speech and controlling their own freaking society. And that is the number one issue, and why we should be fighting back against this the most, okay, boys? This is something that you need to be contacting your public representatives about, signing every petition you can, okay? I know that it feels hopeless, but I promise you if there is enough pushback against this and that the governments are actually afraid that it's going to get worse, they will not pass this, boys. They will not. It is not as hopeless as they think. But parenting is evidently no longer existing, okay? Now the government wants to parent your kids. So the parental controls and ESRB rating systems not matter anymore. See, this is the issue. This is what they gave us as a kid, and the parent's job was to look at it, and if this was not appropriate for you of your age, it was the parent's job to make sure that you did not watch it, okay? They don't want that. The government wants to be daddy government from now on. That's the issue. They don't just want to parent your kids. They want to parent you. They want to tell you what you can and can't watch, what you can and do with your own freaking making money, even if it's completely legal. That is the issue, okay? Like, we have gone so beyond. Just think of the kids, boys. We've gone just so far beyond think of the children to now it's like, think of the adults. They're basically children, right? Why? What? They shouldn't be watching this, huh? They shouldn't be watching this anime stuff. They shouldn't be playing this GTA 6, because that's the issue. GTA 6 also got age identification put on it, and you now need to verify your ID for it. Looking onto this, I'd be so fucking pissed if I could have been grown up in the golden age of gaming, but instead was born in 2025. I know, right? Literally 1994 becoming the prophecy of the new age. It's absolutely insane. I literally can't imagine, boys. By the way, this is from an embryo frozen in 1994. They literally resurrogated it into a surrogate parent, and that embryo was born after being frozen for since 1994. That is absolutely insane. But 1994 literally becoming real, okay? Just imagine that you were born in 1994, and instead of getting to play the golden age of gaming, you are now forced to live in 2025, which is actually crazy. Okay, I think it's actually 1984 that I'm thinking of, but the movie, y'all know what I'm talking about. That movie that basically prophesied what the hell's going on right now. All right, boys, what do y'all think about that? Paper or plastic? If you want to stay updated on this stuff, make sure you subscribe, boys. And if you want your view to count to YouTube, make sure you like, boys. Make sure you like and comment. I'm gonna go with plastic. I think it's just plastic as fuck, boys. Plastic through and through. They're basically all mannequins. We need to fight back against this to the best of our ability. We need to give it the best shot, okay? You guys do not. When the government gets something like this passed, it will never go away. They will never let hold of it. So make sure you fight it while you can. All right, boys, that's going to be it for me. GG's. Peace.